ऑल राइट, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट ऑन. ये देखो, जो वूल होता है ना, ये एक प्रकार का प्रोटीन होता है. वूल जो बनाते हैं शीप्स से, सो दैट इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ प्रोटीन. एंड देन रेयॉन. रेयॉन तो आर्टिफिशियल, इट इज़ अ मॉडिफाइड सेलुलोसिक फाइबर. एंड रबर तो आइसोप्रीन मैंने बताया था नेचुरल पॉलीमर होता है. फिर फुलरीन तो दिस इज़ एन एलोट्रॉप ऑफ कार्बन. एंड तो फुलरीन इज़ एन एलोट्रॉप ऑफ फुलरीन इज़ एन एलोट्रॉप ऑफ कार्बन. आई वांटेड टू आस्क लाइक रेयॉन तो मेरे ख्याल से आर्टिफिशियल रबर होता है ना. I'll just confirm that. Rayon is artificial. No, rayon is a man-made fiber, not rubber. It is a man-made fiber. So rayon is a man-made fiber. Rayon is made from purified cellulose, which is chemically treated to treat long threads that resemble a silk. Rayon is also known as artificial silk. So it is named as artificial silk, but it is a slightly modified form of cellulose. So it is a man-made fiber, and rayon is biodegradable as well. Rayon is made from renewable raw material like wood pulp and is biodegradable. So anything else? So rayon is man-made fiber which is called as artificial silk, which contains purified cellulose in the form of long threads. So you should remember this, that rayon is a modified cellulose fiber. So it is an artificial, also called as artificial silk. It is man-made. It is man-made fiber. All right. So we talked about wool, that is a protein. Rayon, that is a man-made fiber, or also known as artificial silk. And rubber is a natural polymer of isoprene. And then fullerene was discovered. I mean, it's a allotrope of carbon. And who discovered fullerene? So it was Croto, Curl, and Smalley. These were awarded, I think, 1970. Nahi. Discovered fullerenes in 1985 and were awarded the 1996 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for their discovery. Croto, Curl, and Smalley. I've read about these three personalities who discovered fullerene. Now, the knowledge that we gain about our world right from the school stage forms out our semantic memory. The knowledge that we gain about the outer world right from our school stage, so that forms our semantic memory. Bhutan, first country to impose a ban on tobacco, 2004. December. Possibility of life is being explored on the planet Mars. I think Bhutan was the first country to impose a ban on tobacco, and that was done in 2004 December. Then Mars पे हम लोग जीवन के अंश ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to Prime Minister under the Cabinet Secretariat. Principal Scientific Advisor to Prime Minister का ऑफिस ये कब बनाया गया था? 1999 में बनाया गया था. However, the Department of Science and Technology was formed in the year 1971. ओके. सो एक चीज़ मैं बताना भूल गया. सिल्वर रेवोल्यूशन refers to the egg, right? Silver revolution refers to production of, I think that started from 1969 to 78 in India, but under the Indira Gandhi regime. I think it led to a massive increase in the egg production. The silver revolution enhanced the poultry productivity. All right. Anyways, coming back to the topic, so the office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister was established in the year 1999. However, the Department of Science and Tech was put under direct control of Prime Minister in 1971. Then phytotron क्या होता है? That is a facility to grow plants under controlled condition. Very important. The ability to grow plants, the facility where the plants grow under controlled condition, that is called as phytotron. Now, cultivation begins when a farmer gets a stick that contains lark eggs ready to hatch and ties it to the tree to be infested. Thousands of lark insects colonize the branches of the host tree and secrete the resinous pigment. It is used in making of varnishes and wax. तो lark insects ultimately किस चीज़ के प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में मदद करते हैं? वार्निश एज वेल एज वैक्स. सो एक सवाल मैंने देखा था कहीं पे कि आई थिंक रेशम सिल्क से बनता है. सॉरी, आई मीन जो क्या बोलते हैं, एग लार्वे प्यूपा मॉथ सिल्क बनाते हैं ना, उसमें सिल्क वॉर्म, तो वो भी इंसेक्ट से बनता है. अभी इसमें कि इसकी बात करें तो ये लार्क जो है ये भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स वगैरह से बनते हैं. ठीक है, तो दो हमने पढ़ लिए. नाउ बायोल्यूमिनेसेंस ये क्या होता है? These organisms belong to oceans usually, and it is a chemical process based on two unique chemicals. एक ल्यूसीफरीन होता है और एक फोटोप्रोटीन होता है. Whereas phosphorescence is a process in which energy that is absorbed by a substance is released in the form of light. right? So phosphorescence is a different concept. Don't mix that up. Phosphorescence. So phosphorescence. So phosphorescence is a type of photoluminescence related to fluorescence when exposed to light of a shorter wavelength. ठीक है. Emission of light from a substance exposed to radiation and persisting as an afterglow after the exciting radiation has been removed. So that is basically what is phosphorescence. बट बायोल्यूमिनेसेंस के लिए जो कि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स में होता है, दो प्रोटीन या दो एंजाइम कुछ भी कह लो, ल्यूसिफरीन एज वेल एज फोटोप्रोटीन जिम्मेदार हैं. नाउ डपोग क्या होता है? DAPOG. सो डपोग इज़ अ मेथड ऑफ रेजिंग राइस नर्सरी विच रिक्वायर्स वेरी लेस लैंड एरिया. इट हैज़ बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन इंडिया एज वेल एज फिलीपींस. तो एक तरह से राइस नर्सरी बनाने का काम होता है विच रिक्वायर्स वेरी लेस लैंड एरिया. फर्स्ट ड्वार्फ वेराइटी ऑफ राइस वॉज जया, and the weedicide commonly used for paddy is 2,4,D, that is 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. Remember this because India is I think the largest producer of rice, so you must remember everything related to rice, like even the fertilizer that is used or the weedicide or herbicide that is used in the paddy fields. 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. 2,4D short में बोलते हैं, वरना 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid is the full name. And the first dwarf variety of rice is Jaya, and Dapog, DAPOG, is basically a type of rice nursery which requires very less land area, and it has been introduced in India as well as Philippines. Now the stimulus for flowering begins in the leaves of the plants. Also florigen is a hormone that is produced in the leaves which actually stimulates for flowering, right? So florigen is a hormone that is released in the plant leaves which actually stimulates, resulting into flowering, and the stimulus for flowering begins in the leaves of the plants. That's where this hormone is secreted also, in the leaves, right? Florigen. Moving on, active acquired immunity is related to beta cells of the lymphocytes. Now I told you that lymphocytes are of two types, B cells and T cells, where the function of T cells is to kill the tumors, whereas the function of B cells is to make antibodies. So antibodies fight against infections. In short, we can say that antibodies help in developing an immunity, more so an active acquired immunity. So the beta or the B cells of the lymphocytes are actually involved in developing acquired immunity. Barium की बात करें, so barium in a suitable form is administered to patients before an X-ray of stomach, as barium is a good absorber of X-rays, and this helps the stomach to appear clear in contrast to other regions in the picture, right? So barium is a suitable form of chemical, we can say, that is administered to patients right before the X-ray of a stomach, as barium is a good absorber of X-rays, and this helps the stomach to appear clear in contrast to other regions in the picture. Now Spirogyra and Eulothrix, these are blue-green algae. Okay, Spirogyra and Eulothrix these are blue-green algae. But what about Aspergillus? I think that's not a blue-green algae. That's I think it's a microorganisms consisting of several hundred mold species. So what is that? Is that a blue-green algae? Is an algae or bacteria? All right, we'll have to take a pause here. Okay, so hello. Okay, so लाइट चली गई थी, ठीक है, कोई नहीं. तो बीटा सेल्स मैंने बता दिया ऑफ lymphocytes are actually the ones which help in the development of active acquired immunity, and barium is a chemical that is administered to patients right before the stomach X-ray, because then it is barium substance is a good absorber of X-rays, and then stomach is appears clear in contrast to other regions in the picture. Now Spirogyra and Eulothrix, these are the examples of blue-green algae, and I was actually looking for, no, Aspergillus is a fungus, not an algae or a bacteria. So now you know it. Aspergillus is a fungus, right? Whereas Spirogyra and Eulothrix, these are examples of blue-green algae. Remember that. So Spirogyra and Eulothrix are blue-green algae. These are only found in the freshwater ponds. That is another point, quite interesting point, because up till now I was thinking that ये तो एकदम marshy lands water bodies में होता होगा, लेकिन actually it is found in the freshwater ponds. Spirogyra and Eulothrix blue-green algae are found in the freshwater ponds. An estuary is partially enclosed body of brackish water along the coast, where fresh water from rivers meets with saline water from the ocean, and there the estuary forms. This region is full of dinoflagellate algae, so in the sediments causing red blooms or red tides. So this is the phenomenon. It's an environmental phenomenon, but still mentioned here. So what is a red tide or a red bloom? Just like algal bloom, dinoflagellate is another kind of algae, and its boom doesn't cause the typical conventional green color. Rather, it creates a red bloom, not the green algal bloom that we are accustomed to seeing. So dinoflagellate algae are usually occur in the areas of brackish water where estuaries are formed. That is, the fresh water coming in from the rivers actually meet the seawater, saline seawater. So that's where the dinoflagellate algal boom occurs in the red color. Already told you about Spirogyra eulothrix are being the blue-green algae. They are most commonly found in the freshwater ponds, and Aspergillus is a fungus. The most abundant organic compound in the nature is cellulose. Okay, and then liver flukes occur in the sheep, goat, pigs. Typically in all kinds of ruminants, the liver flukes occur. Okay, I think it is due to liver flukes is due to roundworms. I'll just confirm. So let us ask AI. So ruminant are caused by roundworms. Liver flukes. No, liver flukes are caused by flatworms, not roundworms. Flatworms are like tapeworms. Okay. Tapeworms. A typical example. Do you know any? I had read one example of a tapeworm. So which is tapeworm causing liver flukes. So what is the most common liver fluke? Fasciola. Yeah. हाँ fasciola ऐसा ही कोई नाम पढ़ा था मैंने. In fact, not people. I'm actually liver flukes in ruminants. So Fasciola hepatica is the most common liver fluke in ruminants such as cattle, sheep, goats. It causes liver flukes disease. It also known as fasciolosis or liver rot. So Fasciola hepatica. So that is I think most common liver fluke. It is caused by tapeworms. So are tapeworms same as flatworms? Yes, tapeworms are a type of flatworm. Okay. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, so that is clear. So liver flukes, they usually occur in the ruminants due to tapeworms or flatworms, whatever you want to call that. Most common liver fluke is the Fasciola hepatica. Then gram-positive bacteria. These are the gram-positive bacteria possess a thick cell wall containing many layers of peptidoglycan. What is the difference between gram-positive bacteria and a gram-negative bacteria? Gram-negative bacteria have relatively thin cell wall consisting of fewer layers of peptidoglycan. पतले होते हैं ग्राम नेगेटिव बैक्टीरिया. ठीक है, इसमें बहुत हार्ड मोटी परत होती है ग्राम पॉजिटिव बैक्टीरिया में पेप्टाइडोग्लाइकैन की. Now SA node or sinoatrial node is a natural pacemaker located in the right upper auricle, right upper chamber, or right atrium, we can say. Atrium and auricle are same. Bradycardia is a condition of unusually low heartbeat. Bradycardia, unusually low heartbeat. Okay, bradycardia. ऐसा ही एक टर्म हमने ऊपर कहीं पढ़ा था. डपोग एक तो था राइस नर्सरी के लिए, और ऊपर क्या था? बायोल्यूमिनेसेंस फाइटोट्रॉन था. दैट इज़ अ फैसिलिटी टू ग्रो प्लांट्स अंडर कंट्रोल्ड कंडीशंस. ओके, देन एक और टर्म शायद कहीं पढ़ा था, अभी याद तो मिल नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, एनीवेज ये फार्मूला एक बार याद कर लो. F = 9/5 × C+32. ठीक है. Anyways, moving on, we were here. So bradycardia is a condition of unusually low heartbeat, and the sinoatrial node is located in the upper right chamber, or we can say the right auricle. King cobra is endemic to India and Southeast Asia. Its status is vulnerable. Longest venomous snake. It is the longest venomous snake, and okay, I didn't know that king cobra is the longest snake, longest venomous snake. Then adult king cobra is 4 meters long. Female cobra lays 50 eggs at a time. My god, 50 eggs at a time. Oviparous, known for its parental caring of its baby snakes. Venom of cobra is neurotoxic. Cobra's diet consists of mainly other snakes, whereas crocodile plus elephant both of them are under the IUCN endangered category. So king cobra, the snake, is under IUCN vulnerable category, and they are known for its parental caring, the king cobras. Okay, the venom of cobra is neurotoxic, and they are oviparous, 50 eggs at a time, female cobra, देती है, ठीक है. नाउ 0.10% of BSE means I think this is blood alcohol concentration. 0.10% means 0.10 gram in 100 ml of blood. So 0.45% blood alcohol concentration is fatal. That means 45 gram of 45, not 45 gram. That is 0.45 gram in 100 ml of blood. That is fatal. Can you imagine that? Which is still quite low. You know, 0.1% of BAC, that is blood alcohol concentration, means 10 ml. Sorry, 0.10 ml. Sorry, not ml. 0.10 gram of alcohol in 100 ml of blood. 0.10 gram. Similarly, 0.45% of PSE, that means 0.45 gram per 100 ml of blood, which is fatal. Myoglobin protein consists of iron and oxygen binding protein found in the vertebrates and mammals. So myoglobin protein contains iron and oxygen binding protein. Okay, so myoglobin protein contains, you can just अभी के लिए रट लो कि myoglobin protein has an affinity for two chemical elements, iron as well as oxygen. ठीक है. Now dingoes, breed of dogs, cannot bark, they just howl. So dingoes, a very they howl like foxes. Dingoes, breed of dogs. I will just check that on YouTube. How do they howl? Dingo. Dog cannot be trained in a language. However, some efforts have been made in case of chimps, parrots, and dolphins. So chimps, parrots, and dolphins, they, to an extent, they can be trained in some or the other language. Endoscopy is based on the total internal reflection that I've already I think read. Optical fiber cable से होता है उसमें endoscopy. Anyways, so इतना ही करना था हमको. That completes our today's target. ठीक है. Now अब अगले वीडियो में हम लोग यहाँ से स्टार्ट करेंगे, पेज नंबर 19 से. ओके, तो थोड़ा सा स्टार्ट दे देते हैं. लाइक स्मॉल ग्लास बीड्स आर फिक्स्ड ऑन ट्रैफिक सिग्नल्स that glow brightly when the light falls upon them, because light falls on the glass beads, which are denser medium, undergoes total internal reflection as angle of incidence is more than the critical angle. Now you can skip that. इतना तो important था कि total internal reflection होने के लिए angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. बस इतना important है. All three phenomena are witnessed in rainbows. So it is refraction भी होता है, dispersion भी होता है, and internal reflection भी होता है. ठीक है. Dispersion होता है, डिस्पर्जन, रिफ्रैक्शन एंड इंटरनल रिफ्लेक्शन, ये तीनों होता है रेनबो फॉर्मेशन में. ऑलराइट, तीनों चीज़ें होती हैं. नाउ व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज प्लेस्ड बिटवीन टू प्लेन मिरर्स kept parallel to each other, the number of images formed will be infinite. Remember that. When a mirror is rotated by an angle x, then the reflected ray will be rotated by 2x. When a mirror is rotated by x, then the reflected ray will be rotated by 2x. Okay. तो ये भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हो गया. द इमेज फाउंड बाय एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल टेलीस्कोप इज वर्चुअल एज वेल एज मैग्नीफाइड. ओके, देन इसके ऊपर अब हम लोग अगले वीडियो में देखते हैं.